Hey everybody, back at the LeBron's project. Got rid of the Budget Bird build name, which is still kind of clever, but end result, it's a change of scenery outside because I'm back outside again. Get out of that dark garage because I kind of like being outdoors, especially now the seasons are changing. It's not so bad out here. It's actually quite comfortable. But anyway, enough of all that. The next project on the list of things to do on this car is we're going to get this convertible top to work like it should with the hydraulics and electric switch under the dash. So I ordered up a cylinder. I have it here. So the next step is, of course, the old one's already out, but I still have to take all the brackets out to get it changed out. And it looks like it's going to be a little more than I anticipated, but I think we'll get it figured out. So let's check it out. Get back in here. The convertible top cylinder here in this box. There's the pump, motor, reservoir assembly, and the passenger side is the one that's missing over here, and the driver's side is still installed. And there's the pivot bolts here. That's what holds the cylinder in, is what actually kind of pivots on as the cylinder actuates up and down. But unfortunately, when you get to the bolt on the opposite of the cylinders, you've got to take all this apart, it appears. So I'm going to have to get in here and then take this bracket out that actually supports the convertible top to get the cylinder mounted. So if you look up inside, well, you've got one of the bolts is still here for the pivot. The one over there is gone. So I don't know how you would get access to that unless you take all this apart. Now, fortunately, it's only a couple bolts. I think we can manage that, not the end of the world. So inside the box will be the new cylinder, get that mounted up, and then we'll get the system filled full of fluid and bled out. I got the pump pulled up out of here. Why not put a little bit of fluid in it, operate it a little bit, and well, it does move stuff. So the pump, I believe, is going to be okay. Well, I guess we should get started. I'm not sure what's inside the box here and what I actually purchased. Here recently, I just kind of getting the wrong stuff sometimes on eBay. Well, let's see. Well. That looks pretty self-explanatory. That'd be the cylinder. Bounce off of these two ears here. Hose there and a hose there. So let's say looks like that's good enough to put in. I think what I'm going to do first, normally I'd mark around all the bolts, but fortunately there's so much rust and crud around the bolt holes that I don't think I have to worry about marking too much stuff. I'm just going to rip these bolts out, take this pivot out and this one out, and hope that I can wrestle this bracket out of here. So good. That looks like that's going to get everything loosened up and moved around. And what I've done, of course, the three attaching bolts, whole bracket falls down. This is the pivot, it's adjustable. And there's one up here. I got it loose, I got it out of there, but the bracket just doesn't have enough room to weasel out of there. So I may have to take more of the top apart to get that thing out. So don't know on this one. Or maybe put the top up. That might be the way to do it. We'll try that next. I think I found the secret combination. What we have to do is you can actually kind of pick up the top. You can see it's kind of distorted here, but pick the top frame up and it will clear that bracket. All right, and that's what we're after. Okay, here we go. Got the bracket out. That's what we're trying to get out all along to mount the cylinder up. This is the kind of the main support for most of everything. The pivots for the top, the cylinder pivots, actually supports that. There's a lot of adjustments too to get the top to work like it's supposed to. Now, unfortunately, whoever ripped this out of there, I'm assuming probably had a cylinder failure or some kind of malfunction. Instead of taking this out the right way, they only took the one bolt out and probably just cut it, smashed it, beat it, whatever they had to do to get out. But I don't show any evidence this has ever been out before because it left the one bolt in that you couldn't get out. Now, with that being said, I don't have the other hardware. Now, this hardware is a little costly, but you can buy a whole bag for like 45 bucks, the entire top hardware, versus little nylon bushings, 20 bucks, bolts, $17, etc., and all that. So the way to go is buy the whole bag, make your life a whole lot easier. So next step is get the cylinder mounted. Now, keep in mind, the cylinder only mounts in there kind of basically one way because the hoses have to go into here. They're using O-ring for a seal, but it sits in here with the top fitting where the rod end comes out. That top fitting points towards the ground, and the bottom fitting closest to the floor pan that actually points up to the sky. So as long as you get that orientated right, you go ahead and get that put in and drop your pivot bolts in. Still swings, so I'd say we see about wrestling us back in there. Okay, well, got that pivot bolt at least started back in there. I was afraid I wouldn't be able to get that in once I put everything together. So next step, I'm going to say go ahead and mount the bracket to the body, which is these three holes here. Now I got to get this pivot bolt put back in, the one on the top up here that holds this whole frame to this. I'll get you right. I know it's kind of hard to get the camera in here up and close all the time while you're working, but these are the three bolts that actually attach that bracket to the body. I fished this through first just so in case I couldn't get my finger back through because it's the pivot for this bracket. Now the next thing I was doing was lining up this frame bracket to this hole here. As you can see, it's pretty close. I'm gonna stab that bolt through. That's gonna be the pivot bolt with a little shoulder on it like this. I'm gonna stab that through, get it snugged up, and see about getting this line back up. I'm actually moving right along. Now, being this is just a pivot bolt, I don't have to worry about lining up any dirt line just to get this thing snug. So probably the next thing to do is hook up the lines where I can't get my hand in there to get that one snugged up. When it comes to these lines, they're just plastic. They're not real heavy duty. They're not something that's indestructible. They're probably quite fragile, so to speak. Pretty brittle. I probably should put new lines on this, but they seem to be flexing okay. So sticking to the budget build theme on LeBron's, well, we're going to run them. They're not horribly difficult to replace or change out later if you have to. So now it's a whole lot easier to put this other line on because the cylinder actually swings way up like these. And you can actually get this line started under there. And they don't gotta be cranked down real tight. This doesn't operate at super high pressure, and it's just plastic lines. All right, now the lines are installed. Let's go back to, I guess, tighten everything up, get everything back into adjustment. Then we'll have to put the top up to get the cylinder pinned off. Now, what I want to do is try to line it up, as you can see where the bolts used to be, because there's kind of a dirt circle, is what I call it. But you can see the trace or the outline of where the shoulder or the washer used to be. So I want to try to get it back to that as close as possible. Well, put the top up, see how it lines up, make sure that still works good. Then we're going to actuate the pump. Hopefully this is the last time we'll have to do this manually. Now, you can see that cylinder pins off back here on this hole here. So once I get enough fluid in the pump and actuate it, I just run the top to the up position, that rod will extend, and I can pin it off. Now, the pump's mounted here in this little panel behind the back seat. So imagine the seat being removed so you get access to this. There's a rubber plug. So that comes out a little difficult. This thing's 50-some years old. It wasn't very pliable, so did finally get it out. Now the fluid goes into here. I need to get this thing topped off. Then I'm going to try to operate the switch up and down and get the air purged out of it. But the thing to do is get the fluid in here, not all over the floorboard. I actually missed a little bit and kind of made a mess. So if anything, I've added to the rust proofing of this car to help prevent any more corrosion. So I definitely recommend taking the seats out when doing this process and maybe laying some mats or some towels in here because it's kind of messy. I'm going to make a smaller funnel, but just is no great way to get fluid in this. But you do have to pop the pump out of its holding brackets here. So once it's normally mounted, it's tucked up down there, and you really can't fill the fluid right on this. There's actually a fill procedure, but the idea is don't overfill it. Keep putting fluid in to the point where the cylinders actuate fine with no air bubbles and smooth, but don't overfill it where it just continues to leak out. Or you have continuous rust proofing like I have. Now, what kind of fluid you put in? Basically, just automatic transmission fluid works just fine. I don't know if it has to be type F, Mercron, Dextron, whatever. Just ATF fluid is what you got to put in it. All right, well, that's enough fluid for now, I hope. I'm gonna run the switch and see if we can see some fluid moving through these lines. You can't reach it. Seems I'm making very good progress here trying to bleed this thing out. Coming to find out, start hearing some gurgling noises from the driver's side because trying to be on the budget-minded thing. Added some more rust proofing to the car, but that line's broke. I didn't see that before. Maybe it just happened to just kink when I was operating it here, but it's broke. So we're gonna have to order some lines after all. So that's gonna put us on the not to get this done today. So I might as well come back later and finish it once I get it done. But I'm thinking what I might do is just go ahead and try to pinch this hose off here. Make sure the pump's any good, because I'm just not convinced it's actually working too. So that means this cylinder won't operate on the driver's side, but I can at least maybe get the passenger side to extend so that I can get it pinned off. Well, unfortunately, I seem to have lost the battle with the making the power top work today. That was my goal, but I got the cylinder installed. You can do that now. These aren't too bad to do. I'm actually going to say it wasn't as daunting of a task as I anticipated it was going to be. So I do those again, no problem. Unfortunately, trying to bleed it out, we popped the line. So I probably should have just bought lines. I mentioned at the beginning that don't be so cheap. So yeah, I probably should have bought them. And then, of course, now I'm messing with it. The driver's side cylinder's picked up a little bit of a leak around the top. So not even convinced the pump motor's any good either on this car. So it may need to spend a little money to get the power top to work. So it's kind of blowing the budget on a budget build bird. There's a lot of bees again. But anyway, LeBron's is kicking my butt. I'm going to accept defeat because I got some other things I want to do today. It's absolutely a beautiful day. I was committed to getting the cylinder installed, making this happen before lunchtime. But I'm running out of time. The sun's poking straight up in the air. So it's time to move on to something else, take a break from this. So I guess we'll call this episode How to Install a Cylinder but Not Make the Thing Work Yet at this point. I guess more parts will come back to this topic and we'll get the thing operational. So anyway, I appreciate you following me on the journey. I think you'd like to see, let me know. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do that. I would appreciate that immensely. I'm trying to make this thing happen. Hitting about 450 subscribers. I want to say not too bad, but having a go of it. So I appreciate any help in this matter you can give me. And of course, anything you'd like to see done on the channel, let me know just the same. So, but end result, I'm done for today. I'm going to go play with some cars, go visit some family, and we'll see you next time.